Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. The great people of Biafra all over the world, I welcome you to this program. While you are joining, share this video, invite others to join. We're having a very quick one. A very quick one is what we are having right now. I want you to share the video, invite others to join. Just before an hour, we will be out of here. Let's actually find out if everything technically here is okay before we will be proceeding. So while you are joining us, okay, correct. I want you to share this video, invite others to join. Share the video, invite others to join, because we are always going to start, talking about the infiltrators and those who are trying to confuse the narratives. We will continue to talk about them. We will continue to expose their activities, because there will be no going back. There is no going back. We will be talking about that insecurity in Nigeria, the sponsors of those insecurities in Nigeria. We will be talking about those promoting Monday sit at home. We will be talking about, there is something I saw making round on social media today, an article which was a screen grab from Barrister Ejimako. We will be talking about it as well. So, but first of all, where we are going to go right now, we are going to go to those who are propagating Monday sit at home, even though they have sat at home in the last 1 year and almost 3 months now, and nothing is being achieved. Yet, they continue to propagate this sit at home. And what it could be the reason why they are propagating the sit at home? Could it be that they are propagating the sit at home because the sit at home is the only thing that they believe they could lean upon, to continue to send that message to you, so that you will continue to believe that they are in charge, because that's the only message they want to keep sending to you. They want to continue to make you believe that they are in charge, even when they are nothing. That is the agenda of continuing and trying to claiming that they are enforcing sit at home, even though the sit at home in the last 1 year never yielded anything, rather criminality upon criminality in Biafra land. Of course, you know that the sit at home, the initial sit at home, was actually, it was actually introduced by the DOS. It was actually introduced by the DOS. They introduced the Monday sit at home to enable us to have what we called civil disobedience, in order to spite Nigeria for kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, in order to send a message to Nigeria, rather, even though they have Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, That was the message. Even though you have the leader of this movement, it will not stop the decisions being made in this movement. When you send such type of message, you don't go overboard, because when you go overboard with it, people get used to it. That is exactly when they send the message. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu even got the message. He told, let there be no sit at home for a long time, because the enemy will use that opportunity to start killing our people, and they will start blaming it on IPOB. If you are watching from YouTube at Judge Money Blog Africa, I want you to continue to click the like button. I know that these infiltrators, the autopilot, they have been reporting my YouTube channel, trying to see if they will be able to put it down, but it is not going to work. Just like I said, all of them, they will actually see what they have done to themselves in no due time. In no time, they are going to see what they have done to themselves, because as you may all know that ugo ebewego na mgbagbu. Ugo ebewego na mgbagbu. The most important thing that we want to talk about here, let us actually move. Remember that this Monday sit at home we are talking about right now has been the primary means where these people are perpetrating their atrocities in Biafra land. Monday sit at home, it's only in these few states in Biafra land where they are trying to scare people away so that they will not go about their businesses, so that they will continue to meddle in their livelihood for reason known to these criminals who are enforcing Monday sit at home. Because Monday sit at home you have been enforcing in the last a year plus never yielded anything. You don't have any. They told you that it is a civil disobedience that is going to release Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You have been claiming you are enforcing this civil disobedience in the last 12 months plus. It never did anything. Rather, it continued to prolong the issues. Of course, we know that you are the agent of those enemies that are holding Mazen Nnamdi Kanu captives. That is the reason why you are continuing to do everything that is opposite, that is not in line with the activities of IPOB. So that as the message they will continue to send, up and die pub, up and die pub. But we have severally, in several occasions, rather, sent a message telling people this Monday sit at home has been cancelled. Whoever that is actually telling you about Monday sit at home, those are criminals. Those are criminals sponsored by some politicians to have your livelihood being meddled with. Now, if you may remember, there is a video I have here. I want to play this video for you. I want you to pay very good attention to this video. I hope you are hearing this video. I want you to pay very good attention to the video. Pay attention to the video while you are watching this video. Pay attention. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Let us do something here. One moment before we go to that video. I want you to understand what is going on, what went on, because you should understand that this autopilot we are talking about, they are not, only what you think you are seeing. Their sponsors are too much. Their sponsors are too much. Before we go to the security challenges we are having in Biafra land, I want you, okay, let's pay attention. Listen to this video.
Simon,
Okay.
Piamia sị na a ga-apịaba Managota n'ọkwa ugwu ka a na-akwanyere m mmechikwa ọnụ zere ha sit at home. I went home and meditated on that. It's painful, but it is now a responsibility upon us to pray.
For a very important broadcast, we are going to be responding to the internet.
Did you hear what Mbaka said there? Where I actually want to reflect on is what Mbaka said there. That he's the one who talked about sit at home. Simon Ebawe. And what he did there, I want you to know, don't lose sight of the reason why he did what he did there. Like I said before, it was a favor being returned. It was a favor being returned after he used Simon to actually expose Onaga's activities. That was a favor that he returned to Simon by mentioning Simon in adoration ground. And I want to now remind you, and this is exactly one of the reasons why this sit at home is still happening in some areas. Because Mbaka said that Simon Ebawe Piaya. Piaya Chumaroke could not Piaya. Chumaroke of Enugu State. Piaya Simon Ebawe Piazaya. Onokwana Finland where Piaya Mbaka. So all these things you will understand. It is because of the religious, religious manipulation. That is the reason why he used this platform in order to promote this guy in Finland that is actually making everything possible, doing everything possible to bring down IPOB's activities, doing everything possible to make sure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is released. There is something I want to, okay, since Mbaka came in and said such thing, by actually advertising Simon Ekpa as somebody that is to be listened to or to be, to be obeyed when he issues all his criminal proclamation. Let me now bring you to your consciousness. Now, number one, it was a favor being returned because Simon Ekpa's platform was used to, be expose Onaga, or the one they call Onaga na pant. Simon Ekpa's platform was what they used. Now, to return the favor, all this information, I told you initially that it was given by Mbaka. Now, at the end of it all, I want you to remember when Goodluck Jonathan was in power. When Goodluck Jonathan was sitting in power in Nigeria, presidential power, you remember who told you that Goodluck Jonathan became Bad Luck Jonathan? The same Mbaka. Do you know the reason why I am reflecting on these things? I am reflecting on these things only because I want you to understand that Mbaka is part of those who gave you Buhari. Mbaka is part of those, so many of you in Roman Catholic voted Buhari. This man in Asorok that is terrorizing everybody today, that is traumatizing everybody today, that is shaking the table everywhere in that zoo country. It was Mbaka's, it was part of Mbaka's doing that he got into that position. Do you know that? Or you forget so soon? What am I trying to say? I am actually trying to bring your consciousness to understand the type of decisions people in the likes of Mbaka does. Those type of decisions. they will always choose a wrong party for you. These are the people who sell their influence. These are the people who use their influence or their status to do trade. That is exactly what happened there. Good luck became bad luck. Buhari became good luck. Now today, the same Buhari now is Buharing the whole country, traumatizing the whole country, terrorizing the whole country. The same person that Mbaka predicted he was a good man. So for those of you who got carried away when he says Simon Ekpa Piamia, Simon Ekpa Piamia, I want you to know that you people and all of you are fooling yourselves. If you don't remember that he make a very, very distasteful decision as a priest, you should understand during the time of Goodluck Jonathan. So that is the same thing that you just heard here. The same thing. Because what is he played here is psychology. It is a psychological way of promoting Simon Ekpa. And that will give you a message that Mbaka will always promote the wrong people. If you ask me whether he is doing it consciously, I will tell you I do not know. If you ask me whether he is doing it knowingly, I will answer you I do not know. Because he continued. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. And it will not be the last time. So, when you see all these things happening, you will understand that some people, they are trading their position, they are trading their influence into the wrong thing. The same seat at home he claimed that Simon Ekpa, and somebody who stays in Finland, who stays in Finland, that you Mbaka does not know his surname. You Mbaka does not even know where he come from. You say that Simon Ekpa that you started promoting sit at home. Even though during that period, we were actually telling Biafrans that Simon Ekpa is trying to sabotage the legacy of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You cannot say you didn't hear it. Because basically it is through Biafra IPOB struggle that you get to even start hearing about Simon Ekpa. So you cannot say you were not hearing from all these things that we were putting out there in the public domain. It was after you he gained momentum. Now, it was the same thing is the reason why you were undermined today from that your position as a priest. Because the same thing Abulugi were just promote to Simon. That same thing Bulugi. Jekwe itiaka na politics in Nigeria. And that same thing Bulugi na Bupugebi na adoration. That is the same thing. This issue of Simon is the beginning of your downfall. You need to actually come back and denounce it. Take it or leave it. It is beginning of your downfall, Mbaka. Because you made a very wrong decision there. A very, very wrong decision. You might not agree with me, but it is your beginning of your downfall. There are things that are said, you might be doing every mistakes and you will be going scot-free, but there is a small mistake that you might do that if you don't come out in public to correct it, it will lead you to your destruction. And the same applies to all these so-called clergymen backing up this criminal that has been, giving our people false hope, that has been bringing calamity on the lives of our youth. The name of he is doing this, he will call on this, he will call on that. doing the biddings of the enemies of this struggle, the same faith is going to meet all of you. You people believe that you people pray more than every other person. It is not the case in the sight of God. God will choose whom to love. God to choose whom to bless. That is the way it is. It is not about those who call Father, my Father, that will make it. Ọ bụrụ ndị niile na-akpọ nna m ga-aba alaeze. Because at the end of the day, everybody will give account. Igwe niile jege n'ụzụ. Anybody that is supporting evil, evil will eventually make its way back to your doorstep, because you will continue to support it until you support the one that will consume you. That is the way it is. Now, I want you, Mbaka, that mistake you have made, that is being, you don't know which mistake, whatever that, take you close that adoration ground of yours was not even actually Obi. It was not that one you talked about obedient. Retract your step. Amend your ways. Time is running out. Now, I want you people to understand the reason why I'm doing this. It is because there are people whom are still struggling to make money to eat, to put food on their table in Biafra land. And that is the reason why Mazen Nnamdi Kanu told us that Biafra land will not be donating towards this struggle, that the people that are in the diaspora are those who are going to be donating towards the struggle. So when he said so, he knows why. Because he knows that the suffering of these people, it is already, big, that whenever you try to bring any financial constraint to their pocket, it is actually exacerbating their problem. You are not helping their problem. So now that is the reason why he actually put them first. He think about them. He makes sure that they will not be tasked or taxed for anything. That is now the autopilot now are here, making sure that they pull a financial constraint on these people. Autopilot are now here, making sure that these people are going to be going through financial crisis every Monday. Because probably when they raise fund, if they have mother, of course, Finland does not have mother. That is the reason why he sent these people to go into the market, collecting money from market women. If you have your people who are doing all these menial jobs, all this hawking and all that, selling pure water to survive for the day, on Monday you deprive them of that. We are fighting to save these people, not to kill them. There was a message given, but you decided not to pay attention to it because you are here to destroy, to kill. You are not here to actually save anybody. You are here for your pocket. And that is the same thing you are doing. Anybody who is supporting you is going to meet you at your doomsday. They are going to meet you at your doomsday. And it is fast approaching. You shouldn't say, I did not warn you. You should not say, I did not say it. Akwa nkwupụla anị, nkwupụla enu. Maka na asị na ekwuru ekwu mere ọnụ, anụrụ anụ mekwenu ntị. The most important thing is that IPOB will never change its modus operandi because for the sake of any criminal. For the sake of any criminal, We are not involved in criminal activities. We are involved in struggle. And that struggle we will continue to pursue until Biafra comes and we begin our nation building. When Biafra comes does not mean that the struggle is finished, because that is when we will now start, picking up out, selecting those moles that are there trying to destroy or distract what we are doing. That is when the real, you know, struggle starts from the nation building, because nation building is something that is not easy. It takes decades, takes even, it depends on how positive minded the people you are working with are. So let me actually pause this one here. I will pause it here. Let us go to the main issue that we are here for. I just wanted to reflect on this, to address it. For those of you who are still promoting sit at home because Nambaka Sege Simon Eba Wepiagia, don't forget, Mbaka gave you Buhari. So that same person who gave you the man who is traumatizing the whole country, I don't think he still have any position. He's not in any position to make any decision for you or to use his influence to influence politics in that zoo country called Nigeria again, because he's also a product of the zoo. Regardless of his status in the public, he's a product of the zoo. So let us go to this. I want you to know that so many of you believe that video you saw there, it is a topic for another day. I am not here actually to talk about the autopilot. I am actually here to talk about, Nigeria and what, where it has, where Nigeria has taken you today. There is a video of this Portuguese man. I have a video of one Portuguese man, and this Portuguese man, he stayed in Nigeria for a very long time. He's a Portuguese man. These people, they hustle a lot. Portuguese, they are more hustler than every other person. So that Portuguese man stayed in Nigeria for a very long time. He's a Portuguese white man. So there is a video I have for him. Before we come to now address Allen Onyema, collect that video. Don't worry about that video disappearing, the images on your screen disappearing. You should understand that the enemies that we are actually up against, they are also reporting my videos. So when you see all those things, you should know. Those watching on YouTube, continue to click the like button. Don't forget to follow that page, because the enemy is hit is hard on us on YouTube. They are hard on us on YouTube. So continue to like the video. If the algorithm is not sharing it, share it to your pages, share it to your groups for Chineke to come and hear the gospel. Unadulterated truth. That is what to speak, unadulterated truth. Where is this video? Just one moment. Where is this video? Wow, looks like the video that we are looking for is playing hard to catch. You know, we have so many datas. The video I am looking for is actually going to tell us, actually, remind us that everyone is crying. Everyone is crying in that your Nigeria. Everyone is crying, both the rich and the poor. They are all lamenting. Serious lamentation. IPOB saw very many years ago. Correct. I got the video. Now, I want you to listen to this guy. You see this guy? I want you to listen to this guy. For you to understand, this is a Portuguese guy. He's been living in Nigeria for very many years. I want you to understand the way he is actually telling you the problems that he is seeing in Nigeria, that so many of you who want to be politically correct, you cannot see these things. The reason why you cannot see these things, it is because you are always a person who loves to promote injustice. Because these injustices, they favor you. Everything you want to do, you want to be politically correct. That has been your problem. And that is the reason why you cannot see what others are seeing. Because every place in the world that is not good, as in Uzo Telundaka when Dodin so. So those people who are beneficiaries of all these atrocities that is being committed, no service delivery, nothing. The government is going to continue to kill people. When you talk, they say bring you to kill. They will kidnap you. They will rendition you. They will torture you. They will place you in a solitary confinement. Tomorrow they will just run out. They start their new strategies of a campaign. You run out there, you vote. Because you have no idea. You have no idea. You are used to finding a way to solve small issue, to actually solve it temporarily, which is actually exacerbating the problem because you are always looking for a temporal, solution to it, instead of trying to find a permanent solution to your problem. But let us actually listen to this guy. Pay attention.
I go visit Opolo One yesterday, and they tell me say more than 3 months they never see light. They carry the money go outside country, carry money go to Oyibo country. For 3 months, no light for this year. I'm telling you. They are just deceiving the people.
Yenagoa is a place where you see it was the ex-president area. President Jonathan is from Bayelsa State. Yenagoa is in Bayelsa State. So, if President Jonathan could ascend that throne, because that is a throne of Nigeria leadership, and they are still in Bayelsa State crying about issue of electricity. They don't, some part of it, even where he come from, electricity is not there. How come he was there, he could not do it? Do you really believe that educated Jonathan will be a president and not want to give his community the best? Do you think it is possible? Individually, as him as an individual, coming from Bayelsa State, knowing that after staying in Aso Rock, he's going back to Bayelsa State. Do you think that consciously he wouldn't want to give the state the best? Do you ask yourself what stops him from fixing Yenagoa? What stops him from making that area best? In Yenagoa, you find universities in that area. You cannot call it undeveloped. You find oil companies in that area in Yenagoa. Now, it was not fixed during the regime of Jonathan. That is the same thing this guy is complaining about. Of course, you can hear by his own, accent. You will understand that he be this one Nazu brought up. Nazu brought up with this one. So then he is telling you the way it is. Because of course, so many of you love to hear it from a white man because black man is always lying. So let's continue to listen to him.
Useless. The same people when they vote for them in the community area, go to their state and see how their areas are dilapidated. Roads bad. No water.
Look at water side everywhere.
See river, they come here 2000 bro. And they come for this river 2008, 2009. It's in the clean. Good stories we go come from outside country, can say he want to see, take view of our beautiful country. Imagine river, see. Chineke me. And Bayelsa and River State, they are the highest. They get allocation every month. Apart from that, they get gas, they get crude oil. Go to Jonathan Goodluck village. They say road dilapidated.
Did you hear that?
Oil, seal. They are waiting for investors. All the trillion multinational companies in the world are in Brass, are in Olwasiri, but no road to Brass. Can you imagine? I don't know what they do with this money. All of them go buy 47 houses for Dubai, 78 houses for UK, then go build hotels, carry money when not belong to them, when are the people money. I don't blame them. I blame the people when they vote for them. Then they give them the peanuts to vote for them. When they enter, they win the election, they forget about the people. They forget about the masses. Only around no fear. Yes, no fear, only around. 8 years, Mr. Nixon, you are in power. Tell me what have you done for Bayelsa State? Tell me what have you done for Bayelsa State? 8 years you are in power in Bayelsa State. The people voted for you. There was bloodshed between PDP and APC. What did you do for the people? Everywhere dilapidated. No NEPA, no good road. I beg, may Jesus come, may God all on our head. When they see pride and honor in stealing. When they see pride and honor in stealing, oh.
So I was here, he was giving a title.
Who?
Our present governor.
Whose title? The money they carry the title. I just to the follow woman, I will know. Spend on woman millions of naira. Come do for the people on Nokia.
He said he's a Toknadu governor now. Everybody.
So did you hear that? This is a Portuguese man complaining. This is his, experience, what he is seeing within his reach in Nigeria. Remember, he complained about Goodluck Jonathan's area. It could not be fixed. Do you think he does not want to fix it? It is not that he does not want to fix it. There is forces of evil. I will not say forces of darkness. That thing you normally call forces of darkness. There is principalities and power that is holding these people. Each time they will want to go and do the right thing, they will end up doing the wrong thing. Because if you listen to Goodluck Jonathan's speech, he will tell you that when he was in the office, some people will carry plier and everything, go and cut electric cables so that there will be no power, just to sabotage his government. You think it is a joke? It is not a joke. That is part of parcels of all these, principalities that is holding them. These principalities is not juju, not be juju. These principalities is the doing of the structure you called Nigeria. It is the making of the structure that you called Nigeria. That is a Nigeria that can never be, you can never hold anybody accountable. I saw a speech where Goodluck Jonathan was saying, if you want to vote, do not vote for anybody who is a killer. Because if you vote for a killer, they will kill to enter power. They will continue to kill to remain in power. And that, immediately when he said that, it reminded me of Hope Uzodimma. It reminded me of Dave Omai. That is exactly what it reminded me of. That was the speech of Goodluck Jonathan when he went to Akwa Ibom. Of course, so many of you who follow him, you will not forget this speech. Now, let me refresh your mind that what you are doing in that contraption, it is a joke. If you believe that manna will come from heaven one day, you must be playing with yourself, because you are not going to get any free lunch, any manna that will ever come from anywhere. If Osibanjo will remain in power today, every day he go to church, he preach. He could not ask about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But when the Fulani Caliphate was refining Osibanjo, when the Fulani Caliphate was modifying Osibanjo, when the Fulani Caliphate was reforming Osibanjo, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was actually looking out for Osibanjo. But today, Osibanjo will go to church, he preach. He preach about unity. He preach about this. He preach about that. But Osibanjo will never preach about, freedom to those who never did anything and the Nigeria state incarcerated them. He never spoke about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. He never. When he was supposed to be the one who will take over to be the leader of Nigeria, when the Buhari died in 2017, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was screaming on top of his voice, looking out for Osibanjo. But Osibanjo, he goes to churches. He come back, he preach. What he is preaching, at the end of the day, it will not change them. It will never change the fact that they are taking us into the hellfire. We are already in hellfire in the Nigeria. They are actually taking you to the deepest path of the hellfire. There is something I want to remind you. What this guy said about the insecurity in Nigeria. It was not only this guy that complained about the insecurity in Nigeria. The main person who complained the same thing was killed. And this one seconded it. And this one, being the member of the intelligence unit in Nigeria, he lamented, he spoke about those things. How many of those people were taken into account? How many of the people? Okay, let's listen to what he has to say first.
Nigerian Defense Academy and kill officers and get away with it.
Yeah.
The last time I was in NDA was in 2017. I went to carry out an investigation by the Minister of Defense. I wanted me to check what is going on with the training and the security environment there. I remember I spent about a week at NDA with the commandant and with the staff, but something struck me. And that was every Friday, the gate of NDA is thrown open. And everybody have access to come and pray in the mosque. And I want to actually enjoin journalists to go to all military formations across the country on Friday by 1 o'clock. You are going to see the same thing happening across all military formations, including Naval Training Command at Papa, including the division in Ibadan, including NDA, including Jaji. I was in Jaji in 1994 for my junior division. And every Friday, our gate is thrown open. And everybody comes in to pray in our mosques. Even though they have their mosque outside. If you go to Defense Headquarters, I serve at Defense Headquarters as the Deputy Director, Defense Administration between 2015 and 2017. Throughout my 2 years at Defense Headquarters, I received visitors only twice because of the strict security architectures at the Defense Headquarters. But every Friday, the answer, you are not going to be able to solve the problem. You say, what is the problem? I said, the center of gravity of Boko Haram and insurgency in Nigeria are the sponsors of that program. It was beyond us. Because the job we need to do is kinetics. Fight, destroy places, resolve issues. But we cannot resolve issue of sponsors of Boko Haram that were in Buhari's government, that we know them.
When you say we, who
I was in the military intelligence. And the Defense Headquarters staff that I work with, they know. And that was why we couldn't pursue that aspect that could have resolved that problem. Because you need to arrest people. And recently, 400 people were gathered as sponsors of Boko Haram. Why is it that Buhari government has refused to try them?
So, this is where I am going to leave it. They know the sponsors of Boko Haram. They know the sponsors of those atrocities in Nigeria. Why are they not solving this problem? They cannot solve it. This is the same way. This problem will continue to exacerbate because they don't want to solve the problem. Because they know if they solve the problem, they will be, disobeying their masters in Britain. They know if they solve the problem of Boko Haram, they will be actually, exposing some people in Britain. They will be exposing some people in their presidency. He said that there are people who are in position of powers, governors, even people from Aso Rock. If I play it, go further. They are the people causing insecurities in Nigeria. Why are these people not being reprimanded or being brought into book? They cannot. Do you know why? Because these people they are the owners of Nigeria and they are above the law. If you bring them to book, it means Nigeria will disintegrate the same day. For you to know, these are the cabals that nobody will go into that power and will be able to solve these cabals, because solving the cabals is disintegration of the structure. Solving those cabals that bring, that is bringing in insecurity, it is the disintegration of that structure. So many of you must have seen that video. That is the reason why I pick up, that point from where I wanted it, where you will say that they know those perpetrators, but none of them has been brought into book, because all of them, they are the ones in Aso Rock, they are the ones in power, they are the ones in presidency, they are the ones everywhere. So how would you expect them to be brought into book? And these same people, their only obligation is to make sure that the problem of Nigeria is exacerbated, so that it will be in favor of their master who placed all of them there. Because so many of you believe that you are selecting a president through vote. You are selecting a president through, going to the polling unit. That's a lie. You are not selecting any president through polling unit. You are not selecting anybody. All you do is that shenanigan. You go there just to fluke yourself, to make yourself stupid. After that, they actually do what they want, because you are just there just to cover up to the world, to the good people in the world, to make it confuse the good people that are still in the world.
Lies. It's not as if
That you are doing it. You are a democratic country, without knowing that you are not a country but a contraption. Why am I saying all these things? Nigeria will never work. Obedient will never fix Nigeria. I am not saying it is not his way, it is not what he wants or his mandate. I am saying that the forces that holds Nigeria down will never enable him to do anything to fix Nigeria or to make anything different from others. As it continued to get worse from 1960, prior to the independence, first president, they actually were corrupted. Second president, corrupt. Third, corrupt. Fifth, corrupt. You will continue to ask yourself, it continue to get worse. You continue to go towards that, worst scenario of your problem. You continue to, promote it. I thought if you play something first one, it didn't work. Second one, it didn't work. Third one, those you come to the first and second as mistake, but third one, is it a mistake? The answer is no. And you will continue to try, because you people are not visionary. You people are actually mind restricted. You people are actually just limited mindset. You have a limited mindset that you cannot see the bigger picture. You cannot see what is to come. You only see what is today. Let's vote him in. Maybe he will change everything. No. We do not hate anybody in the position of power. No, we don't hate anybody in position of power. But we hate that structure that placed them there. Because structure that placed them there can corrupt even angels. It can corrupt angels. The structure itself. That is the cry. That is the problem. But you are not trying to understand the fact, because you are being shown only the problem, only the trouble, you are not being shown the struggle. And the more you are seeing the problem, the more you are actually bad-mouthing and discouraging those who are going to save you from your predicament. Those who are showing you the light. That is actually what you continue to do. That Nigeria state, you see, except those that they want them, that Britain want to use. If the numbers of those who will appear to be like a millionaire that is known globally, you know, like Dangote, you can never take it from him. They made him the richest man in Africa for selling rice and cement. He became the richest. Now, in the world global stage, he is known. Who else? Who else? None. Now you come into a business people who are actually recognized in the global stage. You find them every day they are crying. While they are crying in constructively so that they will not act as if they are exposing the structure that makes them to cry, because they know that if they go ahead to expose that structure that makes them to cry, you know what will happen? It becomes worse. That is what they are scared of, because a rich man will go to be a poor man. Hey, let everybody die for him to remain rich, especially the rich men from Nigeria. When they become rich, they become selfish. You can imagine Alin Onyema crying here. What about you, who is selling pure water? What about you, who is trying to do small job to survive? The rich also cry in Nigeria. The rich also cry. Let's listen to this video quickly before we go there.
They are giving us and are not giving the foreign airlines. The central bank governor has always wanted to support the indigenous operations. He's always calling on us to start international operations too, so that we could save money for the country. But the foreign nations are not allowing us to come to their country. You see, it pained me when Nigerians, some agents went on television criticizing the federal government of Nigeria as if our government has failed because foreign airlines didn't get their funds. I support foreign airlines to get their funds, but the central bank,
as if Nigeria has failed. This is a message he's supposed to be sending directly. He is using indirect speech. Let me just call it figurative speech, because it is not as if he knows that Nigeria is a failure. He knows that Nigeria has failed. There is nothing you will do to actually bring Nigeria back in order. That is the reason why the international bodies are not taking them seriously anymore. All of them are crying. You heard him say that they are acting as if Nigeria is failed. International body is not acting. They could see that Nigeria has failed. Regardless of all the shenanigans you people are doing, you know, what do they call it? How do they put it in simple vocabulary? Trying to make something that is very scary to, to make it to look, fair. That's exactly what they are doing. Trying to make it to look fair. Let's continue to listen.
Bank of Nigeria didn't seize anybody's money. It's just that they wanted to get the exchange through the central bank official window. They could also go through I&E window, which is a little bit more expensive to get it. After all, Nigerians are paying through their noses to get this. And in the last 25 years, Nigerians have been paying more than any other country for commensurate miles compared to other nations. In the last 25 years, people from South Africa, 9 hours flight to London. have been paying less than Nigerian 6 hours pays. Nigerians will fly for 6 hours. They pay more than the person flying 9 hours from Johannesburg to London.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? You fly 6 hours to London. You pay more than a person who flies more than 9 hours to London. What does that tell you? You are flying from a failed state. Pay attention to see that he has that solution that will solve your problem. Because that is where I want you to know, to hear it. He has the solution that will solve your problem. From flying more than the person who fly 9 hours, you pay more than him. He has the solution, but it's the system, is the structure allowing him to implement that solution. Let's hear from him. So, in fact, let me reserve my camera.
Been paying less than Nigerian 6 hours pays. Nigerians will fly for 6 hours. They pay more than the person flying 9 hours from Johannesburg to London. It has been there. So it didn't start today. It didn't start today. Nigeria signed BASA. The Bilateral Air Services Agreement provides for both repatriation of funds, but the most important aspect of BASA is reciprocity. These foreign airlines at their countries, have they abided by that? Have they respected the BASA they signed with Nigeria? The answer is no. You know, the other time we fought in one of the countries from the Middle East, they were doing about 27 frequencies to Nigeria, not even one to us. We had to fight for it. As I speak to you, UK is doing 21 frequencies into my country. They've not been able to respect APC's ordinary email. They even had the temerity to write us to say we should stop writing them. Okay. Whenever they are ready, they will get across to us.
You should stop writing them. Whenever they are ready, they will respond to you. How can you write to your creator? Britain is your creator. You are writing them. Who are you to write to your creator? Who are you to command your creator? You should. Why would they not send you email to tell you you should stop writing them? That is the reason why I tell you you will not be able to compete in the global stage, because you are from Nigeria, British contraption, British enclave. That is where you come from. A slave cannot you cannot compete with the master. That's exactly what it is. Let's continue. I want you to hear where he says that his airline could make it better for you, but why is he not better? Listen.
Why are Nigerians paying 2.3 million naira for economy tickets to go to London when APs could have taken 500,000 naira for the same trip? Airline.
When they, did you hear that? Why are you paying 2.5 million naira from Nigeria to London? Economic class. This is not first class, so 6 hours. Economic class, 2.5 million naira. While people who fly for 9 hours, they pay less than you. And he is crying because a piece could do it for 500,000. 2.5, they will remove 2 million. They will remove 2 million. You will be saving 2 million, if I hear him correctly. Otherwise, you will do the approximate, you will actually do the plus and minus yourself, because you might hear him correctly. He said you pay 2.5 flying for 6 hours. People who go for 9 hours pay less than you still. That even his company can change that problem and make you save 2 million, and you pay only 500. And they are not trying to buy his own, to implement his demand. Why? Because he is a Nigerian. He is a Biafran. He cannot do it because he is still registered under a failed state. It is not because he does not want to do it. You saw it. Now let's contextualize it to what We are talking about the campaign, presidential campaign, political election. He is in a position to change the fate, to save you 2 million. He cannot save you 2 million because the structure does not allow him. The people who created the structure does not allow him. This is called sabotage. Pure sabotage. They will not want you to compete in the global stage. Who are you? That is the same way when Peter Obi want to go there. Peter Obi, you go there, you want to do something. Structure will not allow you. Structure will not allow you. If you want to try to, demolish, or if you want to actually do vote of no confidence against the structure, the cabals, they have 19 states, 200 local governments, and you, the whole of South, there are 3 regions. It is the East, West, and South. The whole of the South, okay, it is okay. Let's say there is 3 major, what do you call it? Region. You call it the South and the North. Then North is in one piece. South is segregated. Are you paying attention? South is segregated. Now, the reason why they segregated the South is to make sure that your vote is also divided, segregated. Now the North, which is the cabal, British, backbone, is the North. They gave them 19 states. They gave you 17 to share amongst yourself. This so-called 3 region is divided from the South. They gave you 3 regions. They gave you 17 to go and share amongst yourselves, so that when Peter Obi go there, he want to do vote of no confidence about the cabals, about the structure. The owners, or the people who are actually maintaining that structure, will vote your vote of no confidence. They will maneuver it because you don't have the voting number. So there is not much thing you can do about it. The reason why I am saying this, if there be 2023, those of you who leave our agitation trying to support Obi, I want you to begin to think. Know that Obi is going there for going there's sake. Obi is only going there to make sure Britain, if Obi eventually gets to that position, you should know it is the plan of Britain to now to nullify the struggle, to say to Ndi Igbo, we have given you Obi. He could not do anything. Now, the fault is not one Nigeria. The fault is yours. That is the blame game they want to use to blame us. So, say no to one Nigeria. One Nigeria is not going to help or favor anybody. Ali Nonyema, the cry you are crying, the same cry is what Paul Massis has been crying in the last 6 decades. That is the cry of the poor masses. It never changed and will never change. So you just started crying, which is not going to help the situation. Let me try to bring more people into this program because I can see. Let's just force it. Now, the same cry Ali Nonyema is crying today. It is the same cry that so many people has been crying in that zoo country called Nigeria. That is the same cry. So, my dear people, people who still have minds of their own, you should know, you should realize, you shouldn't forget. You are not fighting human beings only. You are fighting the implementations of the dead human beings. Their implementation is what you are fighting, which is the principle. Their principle is what you are fighting. You are not fighting only Buhari or those people in Aso Rock or Fulani and their cabals. No, you are fighting principalities and powers from the high places. When they tell you that you have the right to do, you do. When they tell you you don't have the right to do, you cannot do. It is as simple as that. Now, I will leave this one here. Just like I told you, there is a video that I found making round. There is a post that I found making round on social media. That post got me worried. The reason why it got me worried is it is a post that is made. I saw that it is actually a screenshot from Ejimako's, Aloy Ejimako's, I saw it is a screenshot from Aloy Ejimako, which says that okay, finally, he said done and dusted. Obibo massacre goes to International Criminal Court. Now, let me read some things, the ones I will be able to see, because it is a screenshot and it's very, very small. It says, submission of Bruce Finn, international lawyer and spokesman for Nnamdi Kanu, leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Now, pay attention. Charging Governor Ezenwo Nyesom Wike of Rivers State, Nigeria, with conspiracy, genocide, and crime against humanity. Okay, they made a mistake there also. It's supposed to be probably against, they say against. Biafrans by knowing participation in protracted and systematic murder, extermination, starvation, denial of necessary medical care and shelter, arbitrarily imprisonment, torture, rape, theft, and prosecution based on political opinion, religion, or ethnicity. One thing I don't know who knows about this, but if what I am reading here is actually correct, they did good. I can say they did good, but there is something I want you to understand. There are good things that you will do at the wrong time. It will appear to be, something else. There are something good that if you happen to do them at the wrong time, it becomes a problem. I don't know if you are understanding it. Because killed our people in Obibo since 2020. Since 2020. It is 2021, 22, okay, 2020. 2 years now plus, almost 3 years now. And all these things were not, achieved. So I don't know the authenticity of this. So if there is a file application now, it is a good thing, but I don't think it is a something that is, right for this moment where we are at now. Because we have Mazen Namdekan, which is our priority to free. We need to free him first. Because filing of all this, against Wike, and this time around, like I said, it is a good move, but made at the wrong time. It has been almost 3 years now that incident took place. If there is supposed to be something like this, it's supposed to have happened even before Mazen Nnamdi Kanu got into this problem that he found himself today. It is not his problem alone. That is Biafran problem. That is what you saw there. So my own problem there is that this is making a right move at the wrong time. Or perhaps, I don't know who orchestrated it. Is it real? Is it a way of escape for those who has been siphoning IPOB money? I'm just not trying to say anything much, but it is something that needs to be investigated. Because some I haven't made any inquiries, but I came across it now. And I believe, I don't think it is our primary obligation right now, because it happened 3 years ago. It happened 3 years ago. We're supposed to actually focus on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, bring him out, and any other thing that will be done will continue from where we stopped. Like I said, it is a good move, but being done at the wrong time. Reason best known, because I believe and I know that such move was reported some time ago. Such thing was reported some time ago. I don't know if it is the same one that is being circulated or the new one that is, coming up right now. So that is what we are actually hoping to find out or to hear from the leadership. I don't know. Probably I will also try to find out what is it all about. Is this authentic or is it real? My mind. This is my mind. Whatever you may think about it, your opinion. But what I am saying here, that is not, the things that we're supposed to be seeing now. We need a result for Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. We need a result. Once we get that result, all these people, they are going nowhere. We are going to find them. I believe I saw this thing last year, something like that last year. So I don't know if they are featuring it back or if they are reporting something like that again to use it as a money-making scheme. We must start now for accountability. The fact that Nnenayanya, C0NTRAPT, they align with the money of IPOB, using it for however they want, doing whatever they want to do. I don't know, could it be that they are looking for a way to give you audit that these are the places they spend their money on? So this got me thinking so many things. That is the reason why I say, let me actually reflect on it. But I don't know if the leadership knows about it. Then it means that they know what they are doing. But if the leadership is not aware of this, there is something fishy about it. There is something fishy about it. You need to do your own investigation while I am doing mine. I'm not blaming anybody yet until I finalize the investigation, but I thought I might bring it to your notice. So when you see it, you will know how to handle it. You will know how to handle it. This is where I am going to leave it. I will leave it here for now. But those that are family of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that are embracing autopilot, I want you to know they are not embracing autopilot for the sake of, I want you to know the reason why they are embracing autopilot. In this situation, let's solve it as an equation. If these people are in these cabals that set Mazen Nnamdi Kanu up and sold him, and autopilot leaders and the do leaders, they are well aware of all the members of their syndicate aftermath. Now, these people might be trying to run to them because they know that they know that when eventually Mazen Nnamdi Kanu comes out, if they are not supporting autopilot, autopilot will change it and say that it is C0NTRAPT, it is Master Prophet, it is the wife, it is all those people, that knows about what happened to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. When I mean the wife of Master Prophet. So if you want to think about it, you will see the reason why they are embracing autopilot. For them not to actually sell them out when the real exposition begins. So I brought it to you for you to reason with me upon that. Our freedom, our destination, Biafra, our home. That is where we are heading to. We are not going to compromise. Biafra is our only hope. Freedom, Biafra is our only hope. The leader we know, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the DOS, any other thing that calls themselves leader, they are criminals. Paul I know, Barnabas I know, who are the gods. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay informed.